Hello, welcome to the stream. I I don't have much energy, so we'll see how much I'll end up talking, but Mm. Ugh, early for once too. Congratulations everybody for being early. I mean, this is uh not a usual time that I stream, so will these updates be available through the same codex link you shared in previous videos? Yeah, it's the same codex. It's in the description below as well. You can go check it out if you want. I'm currently renovating it. Uh, the I Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the the codex. So it's very tiny now. Reason being, is he quiet? No, it's just that I don't have the energy to talk any louder than this. I'm playing Silk Song right now. Well, please continue playing that shit. I hope you fucking enjoy it. Thing is, I haven't finished Hollow Knight yet, because I suck at those kinds of games. I'm absolutely garbage at those kinds of games. I really want to play Silk Song, but it's a separate story. I feel like if you had played Hollow Knight before it, there would definitely be things that you will enjoy, or maybe like stuff that you can find that'll be like, oh, neat. I'd love to play Silk Song as well. But I'm not gonna stream that shit because it'd be embarrassing. We'd be stuck on a simple jump for a whole stream, so I don't think anybody's gonna want to see that. But yeah, I shrunk the codex down because the previous entries, or the size that I was making entries at, was with the font size of 48, which is like really close to the top already. So the biggest font is 128, and you can make it bigger, right? You can make it more than that. You just have to type it in and it'll be bigger than that. But the thing is, there's a limit to how much you can zoom out. There's not a limit to how much you can go like left and right. Like you can just keep going, I think. But the thing is, if I made each of the codexes at that size, or each entry at that size, if you zoomed out all the way, if it grew any bigger than that, it would, you'd have to shift the screen left and right to see all of it. And I want it to be small enough so that you can see all of it. Did the stream just start? Yeah, yeah. Welcome. Uh, so that you can see the whole thing all at once. So I shrunk down the entries that I think are closest to finished and put them in the middle right here. And I'm gonna have to shrink down the rest as well when I get to writing them. I'm quite proud of the entries that I have shrunk down because I'm very happy with how they're written. I think I'm getting better at writing. I think I'm getting better at writing. So I'm really liking the direction that the new entries are going in. The goal is with the entries to have them be very digestible. I want to try and make them as easy to understand as possible. Don't use any complicated language and don't make too many references to things. Like there No, of course. Okay, how do I say this? I want it to be possible that you can just start reading from whatever entry and it makes sense on its own enough with like context clues. Like, of course, it's inevitable with a world building project. One thing's going to refer to another. Like, the witch tier entry refers to witch hunting, but I write it in a way that it's just enough context where you don't need to have read the witch hunting entry before reading this one to get what it is, right? And also another thing I think I've gotten better at with writing is I've gotten better at just getting to the fucking point. Um I have this, I think this is normal in world building, but if any of you world build, surely you've had this. When you try to describe something in your world or try to write something about your world, there is this need, this unstoppable need to explain in detail every single part that you are going over, right? If you're talking about like the history of the world, you will never finish talking about it, right? Because you just have to go into detail with everything. But because it's fun, right? You like each part that you wrote, but if you just need to give somebody the cliff notes, it's really hard to just give cliff notes because I keep wanting to like go into every single detail. Uh, but I think I've gotten better at just getting to the fucking point and just writing about things to make them sound as interesting as possible without starting from in a world where trenches and bunkers are like I think I'm really happy with the description of rust and trenches that I came up with for the codex. So in the codex I have this little red box that basically just tells you what the gist is of everything. And it's supposed to give you an overview of what the hell the project is about. And this has been something I've been struggling with to write for the whole length of the project. How the fuck do you tell somebody what the gist of your project is, right? And I think I'm getting better at just getting to the fucking point because before this, I was always trying to like set the mood to be like, oh, trunker trenches and bunkers reach into the horizons. There's it's amazing and stuff like. And yeah, that's one thing, but like I think the more important part is like what are people supposed to be hyped about in this? And I think I've captured it a lot better by literally just saying Rust and Trenches is a world building project made as an excuse for me to draw cool designs. Giant war machines, magic monsters, reality bending witches, and mutated soldiers. Like, that's it. I think that's just enough. There's no need to like set the mood. You can set the mood, or I can set the mood when you read about each of the locations, but that's the gist of it. Is just I want to have fun drawing wacky designs, and here's a taste of what kind of weird and wacky designs I like. War machines, reality bending witches, weird mutated soldiers. Bang, there you go. Done. That's it. And that's the first sentence. So if that's interesting, then you can continue, right? So I think I'm happy that I got that out of myself with resisting telling all the fucking random bullshit. Is that good? I think that's good. And then oh, hold on. I think I can probably yeah, this is what I wrote. I'm really happy with this. I'll put it in the drawing program. But yeah, that's the new intro into the world or into the codex. I'm really happy with it. What is Rust and Trenches? Rats is a world building project made as an excuse for me to draw cool designs, giant war machines, magic monsters, reality bending witches, mutated soldiers, etc. Bang. There you go. Feel free to look around. So I definitely want to like before even going into the meat of things, like I do give like a short summary of what the hell is even going on, just to help quench confusion. But I really want to encourage people just like you. There's no. I'm trying to write it in a way where you don't need to know everything to have context to read any of the entries. It's just look around. Whatever one looks most interesting, just read that one first, and you can go from there. Because that one is connected to some other ones. Then start reading the ones it's connected to, and you'll get a picture of it. Um, I hope your save gets corrupted. Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, so look around. But then the summary of the world I think is pretty good. The thing is, it's really I hope it makes enough sense because it's kind of hard to I mean, this is the hardest part because like, how do you summarize the world? Okay, like set the scene for what the hell the world is and what the focus of the world is. But I think I did it pretty well. There's definitely a better way to do it. I'm not saying it's perfect, but for now, I'm happy with how short and understandable it mostly is. So, like, the world of Western Trenches is similar to ours, yeah. Although what sticks out the most, literally, are 12 unimaginably large pillars called the World Pillars that are spread across the world. Now, that's the part that I'm sort of not happy with yet because it's starting off with a very. I it's impossible for me to look at it from the perspective of someone who doesn't know the world to know if that makes sense or not because I know the world and I fucking made it. But I hope that makes enough sense. Have 12 pillars across the world. Um yeah, but I can always change it afterwards. Call the world pillars, yeah. Under the shadow of four of these pillars, each lies an important part of our story. So it immediately says there's 12 of them, but don't give a fuck about them. There's just focus on four of them, which is Ram, the country that seeks to free their god from the center of the earth, Varus, the country which reaches for the heavens in search of salvation, Burla, the living city that is tearing a path across the battlefield, and the Mana Core. Once the catalyst that started a golden age of magic, now a growing storm that threatens to engulf everything. And the thing that was the final straw that started this war between Ram and Varus. There you go. I think that's good, right? Like that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so sorry. Today's stream, what we're gonna be doing is uh there's a severe lack of drawings on the codex. I'm lacking a bunch of drawings. So we're gonna draw a bunch. Just sketches. So that's the plan. I'm just gonna be sketching a bunch. I don't want to finish any drawings. I just need drawings to fill things out. So no Varus or Ram officers? I mean, yeah, of course, if there's like an interesting idea that I come up with. Great intro. Yep. Okay, thanks. That's good then. But yeah, so first thing I want to draw is just a hold on, let me write down what the goals are. I want to draw Pillarmen. Pillarmen, I want to draw a speaker. Some war dancers, mages, first soldiers maybe? Question mark. I had a fun idea for a wooden rhino. I'll since you aren't writing a full-on storybook anymore, will what you write at the end be a sort of anthology set in the world of Western Trenches? I don't know what the word anthology means. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm gonna have to search that up. And a published collections of poems or other pieces of writing. Yeah, sort of. Then I guess. Uh, when do we get a tabletop game? Never. I don't want to make a tabletop game. I specified it in the codex as well what I want Rust and Trenches to turn into. Obviously, this can change whenever. I'm a very indecisive person, but for now, my goal is I want to focus on developing the codex, and I didn't give a reason why I don't want to make a TTRPG specifically, but I said I wanted to make 3D models and make stat blocks that are compatible with other TTRPGs for Rust and Trenches. So that's the plan. I'm not going to make a TTRPG. I'm going to make stat blocks and models that are compatible with other tabletop RPGs because I'm not going to add anything new to the tabletop community, right? With like I'm not experienced enough with tabletop RPGs. I have not played enough of them, and I believe I maybe something can change my belief in the future. But for now, I have the very strong belief that if I made a TTRPG, I wouldn't be adding anything new at all, right? There's so many TTRPGs out there already that you can play out any scenario in any setting, in any world that you want, with any style of play that you wish to play, so everything already exists. So me making a new TTRPG wouldn't add anything new. It would just add another one to the pile. That's another rehashing of a random assortment of mechanics to make a new one. So it just makes it more difficult for you to force your friends or whoever the fuck you want to play with to learn a new damn system so they can play the niche uh trenches and rust game. Like, it's not worth it. What would be more useful is to just make the models and then just make stat blocks that are compatible with already existing games, so that if you want to use parts of my world in your world or in your setting, you can just yoink it and take it and it doesn't matter, right? And then uh the models you can just like I'll make stat blocks. I do want to make stat blocks for them. That will probably be the hardest part because I need to find people that are good at making stat blocks. And then test them and all that so they're actually balanced and stuff. But I mean, you could literally just print out the models, use those, and then just use the stats of an existing monster or like kit bash something together and just use the model or whatever. Uh, any updates on the R&T video game? No, it's scrapped. I'm not doing that one anymore. I need to make a video. I tried making. I have it finished. There's a video that's talking about like me not wanting to continue doing the book and the game, so both of those are canceled. Uh, indefinitely for now. But the video is way too depressing. I'm just way too depressing in it, so I feel I don't know if I should post it because it's me starting by saying they're canceled, and then it just goes into a rant about me not knowing what the fuck I'm even doing anymore. But having figured out what I want to do next, but still, it just sounds sad, kind of. So I'm still trying to think what would be a good way to announce that, because just a post wouldn't work, because people don't really read the post, or not enough people read the post. By how f bombs you use in stream since it's been a while since I've joined. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I obviously I'd prefer if I didn't swear as much. Like, it's not like I'm trying to be edgy or anything. It's just that it's been sort of ingrained into my vocabulary, especially when I get riled up in like games and stuff like that. I swear way too much. And I don't like it as well. I try to remove it, because it would be more beneficial for everyone if I didn't swear as much. It'd be easier to make it into videos and make it, marketable and stuff like that. No, it's fine. No, no, no. I'm not apologizing for swearing. I'm just saying, yeah, it'd be really good if I didn't. I would rather not as well, you know? I'm not sorry that I'm swearing. It's just I don't like that I'm swearing either. It's just ingrained in my vocabulary. And hopefully over time I'll just get better at like cleaning that out of my speech, um, sort of YouTube washing my speech, I guess. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, let's start drawing. So I basically just want to draw a bunch of sketches to fill out the codex. That's the goal of today. With the Pillarmen, I wanted to let's draw like a base Pillarman first. So basically, just a guy, just a dude. Uh, Hold on. Why can't I draw? I can't draw at all for some reason. Oh, thank you for the 5 Donkey Kong currency. Insanity. Thank you very much. or the DK. What I'd say finding a very clean friend helps a lot. I'm really good friends with really wholesome fella. I've started subconsciously adapting his more friendly speech. Oh, well, I guess that's where the issue lies then. I only have two friends, and both of them swear almost as much as me, so it's not going to change anytime soon. And I've had the I made my two friends in high school, and now I've retired from making friends, so that's enough for me. So I only have those two. Yeah, I can't draw for some reason at the moment. It's just okay. I'm just gonna scratch away and then worry about it later. What's that notification? Somebody followed or something. I missed it, but thank you very much. Bro lives in DK Island. Yeah. Why I yeah, I don't know what's going on, but like it seems like I can't draw for some reason. I mean, I haven't warmed up at all today. I sort of just jumped into streaming, so it kind of makes sense, but uh these first bear with me. I can draw all right, trust me. These first few drawings are just going to be absolute garbage while my brain just sort of wakes up. I guess I'm now a monkey. No, it doesn't mean that you are a monkey. It just means that you reside on DK Island. Um, so you might be like a human amongst the ape population. Preferably, he should have pants, but like yeah. Yeah, sometimes I do just feel like I can't draw, but the most important thing in that scenario, to me at least, is to not like get upset about it and just sort of just keep drawing because it is most of the time just me being rusty. Like some days I just start better than others. Yeah, sometimes it's just the rust, so I just have to knock that off a little bit, get the engine warm, and then it'll work itself out eventually. Rusty and trenchy, yes, indeed. Loves this channel, dude. So imaginative. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. I appreciate you saying that the channel is imaginative while I'm here in the background, having a crisis about the world being too boring. It's like I have these like very often reoccurring thoughts or doubts that like run across. Oh, that's why the new yeah, I forgot to mention that. The reason I haven't posted that new video talking about like canceling um the the book and the game is because I was also talking about like the reoccurring thoughts that I had about the thoughts. Is that how you say thoughts? Why does it sound like the other word? Um, my reoccurring thoughts about the project that keep like crossing my mind occasionally, and those are just sad. Because most of the time I'm just like contemplating quietly in my room, staring up at the ceiling, and my head's just going, "Why are you doing this? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?" And or like, what do I even like about this? Like the art and stuff like that. And the bothersome part about that is that I don't have an answer. I don't know why I do art. Or I haven't known for a very long time, like since I started it. So I keep asking myself to try and figure out what I even like about it. And I think I'm getting like sort of closer to the answer, but still, it's like kind of sad to not know. Yeah, there you go. And then he'd have like a chalk bag. Because it's cool, no? Well, yeah, it's cool. Motherfucker, it's 10 p.m. Well, there's different time zones, my guy. Like, what do you. I can't appease every time zone all at once. I'm not like an interdimensional fucking being. I can only stream in my time zone, and that's inevitably gonna be inconvenient for somebody else's. I can't help it. Deal with it. Does there need to be a reason to do art? Well, for me, I feel like there does, or at least for uh, like that question crosses my mind in like a negative way, and I feel like if I had the answer to it to satiate the question, then I'd be better. What time is it for you? For me, it's uh almost 10 p.m. well, well, this is a convenient time for me to stream, all right. So the other guy who's screaming about 10 p.m. That's your fault for not being free at 10 p.m. Uh, Asked me if art was fulfilling recently and had the hit with yes, but it's its own terrible mental beast as well. Yeah, I guess. How are the ADHD meds if you still taking them? I'm on the waiting list to get some. It's been long. Yeah, they're really good. The ADHD meds are really good. I'm just fucking my life over in other ways now that's fixed, you know? So, cause I can't be at peace, obviously. Like my body wants to self-destruct itself constantly. So even when one problem gets fixed, my body doesn't go, great, now we can chill. My body's like, okay, now we have to find another problem to be stressed about because this is just not fair. We can't be chill. So the when I take the medicine, I'm great. Issue is, I don't take the medicine. I I'm not avoiding it. It's just that my day schedule is so fucked at the moment that okay, I woke up at 4 p.m. today, right? I went to sleep when the sun came up yesterday, or I guess today. When the sun came up, I went to sleep, and then I went to sleep for 12 hours, and then I woke up at 4 p.m. I went to get some food at 5 p.m., and now I'm here. Right now it's almost 10 p.m. So it takes me about 5 hours to start doing things. Oh no, yeah, I woke up at 4 p.m. I didn't. Who the fuck? I don't wake up and then just start doing things. Who am I kidding? I woke up at 4 p.m. and then I procrastinated for 3 hours, and then I went to get something to eat, and then I took the meds, and now I'm good. Right now I'm working. And most likely I'm gonna go to bed at like 5 a.m. again, and then wake up tomorrow at 4 p.m. again. So yeah, my schedule is absolute garbage at the moment. I I fucked it. I don't know how. Well, I know how. I know exactly how. Again, who am I kidding? Um, like I can't be talking about my own mistakes like it's a mysterious force causing me to wake up at 4 p.m. Who the fuck did it besides me? But yeah, so that's what I'm currently dealing with is just a fucked sleep schedule. I haven't seen the sun in almost a month now. Uh, or I have seen the sun, but I've only seen sunsets, mostly, or like when it's dim outside, not when it's like midday. Yeah, so I've been eating just one meal each day, which is probably not good. I'm not thin, like that's I'm not starving, that's for fucking sure. But also one meal a day probably has some other weird goofy side effects. And also I'm probably lacking in vitamin D. Um Definitely because I'm not seeing the sun. Yeah, there you go. Fucking uh Pillarmen. Because Pillarmen they they started off as just people. You need more D? Yes. I need more D in me. Make the jokes. Giggle as you like. There you go. Fucking Pillarman guy. That's enough. That's enough. I mean like that's as clean as I need the sketches to be. I literally just need to fill out the fucking the file. So let's just keep drawing other things and see where it goes. Because the thing I realized is I haven't drawn a full like modified Pillarman yet. I've drawn like the head and the golden mask, but not the whole guy. Yeah. The candle used to be an actual candle. Like it was a part of the training of the Pillarmen to walk elegantly so that the candle doesn't go out. Um, and so like the Pillarmen used to be the epitome of human excellence, pretty much. Because the whole point was they climbed the pillars to reach the heavens and join the gods, obviously. So we tried to send the best that we got, right? So we trained them to be not only like physically capable to climb the pillars, but also incredibly educated in a lot of fields, philosophy, fucking poetry, whatever kind of shit that we thought was important for them to know, so that they could, show that off to the gods when they reach heaven. Um, so the candle on the head was also like a part of that to like make them elegant and graceful in their movements as well. Issue is now that the Pillarmen are just coked out monsters. Uh, the candle don't stay on because they're tweaking. So it has now become more of like a ornamental thing that symbolizes a candle and elegance, but it's just a tuft of cloth because an actual candle on these guys' heads would not last a second. That's my issue. I'm chronically terrible at coming up with names. I mean, I'm too. I chose Pillarmen because of JoJo. Because they climb pillars, they're called Pillarmen. And I knew because they're called the same thing as those dudes from JoJo, people would go, oh, those are the dudes from JoJo, and that was intentional. So it's easier to remember them because it is a funny connection with those things from JoJo. Why do the candles have a flared base? What do you mean a flared base? So it sits on his fucking head. Eh? Use. Uh, I still can't draw. I'm slowing down too much. I really need to just like get. He's not doing a goofy dance, by the way. He's climbing a pillar, so of course he's gonna look like he's doing a goofy dance. Yeah, I just want to exaggerate the shapes more, so I don't know why I'm slowing down. Sorry I'm late for the stream. No, you're not late. Don't worry. I just got here. Who is this guy you're drawing? I'm drawing just random things to fill out the codex mostly. No, I don't like this guy. Big ass. No. I still can't draw. I don't know. You've been drawing nothing but dudes in cities. What about the stuff they eat? Well, it happens to be the case that the dudes in cities is what interests me. So that's why I just draw those things. If there's a part of their diet that happens to interest me, I'll draw it. But for the meantime, it's not really my main focus because the setting is severely lacking dudes and cities. Are you planning to play Silk Song? Yes, I do want to play it. I'm not going to play it on stream though, but I do want to play it. Yeah, I can't draw. What timeline are you living in? The one where I don't know. It's a weird timeline. Like some weird shit's been happening in the real world. Honestly, uh, I don't really have a choice as the one I spawned in. What the? Hold on. Is it just let's draw something else first then. I can't draw the fucking Pillarmen at the moment. Like their anatomy just fucks with my head at the moment. I okay. I want to need to draw the loom bear as well. I wanted to draw that thing. My wrists rarely hurt while I'm drawing. Is that weird? No, I don't think so. Mine don't hurt when I draw either. Uh, what ends up hurting first is the my pinky and ring finger, because I have a also my fingers mostly, because I have a tendency to push down too hard and squeeze my pen too hard. So my wrist is not the issue, it's just my tendency to squeeze the damn utensil too much. I'm trying to kill it. I don't know why. I've tried to get myself out of the habit, but I mean, if I've drawn like this for 9 fucking years now, like it's kind of hard to not continue or to get out of that habit. There you go. There's the loom. This is the quality of drawings you're getting in this stream, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're ready for the wild ride ahead. A ride of quality artistry at display is gonna knock your socks off. Look at this shit. Da Vinci or whoever the fuck draws well would be embarrassed to see their work next to mine. God damn. Hang this up in the museum now. Why is it hot? I'm sweating. Like it's I have air condition on and everything. Are the druggies making me weird again? Sometimes the druggies have weird side effects, and I still haven't. It's like a roulette wheel, random side effect or debuffs it gives me every time. Guess this time it's just profuse sweating. Van Gogh is shaking right now. He's fucking rolling in his grave. He's tearing off his other ear right now. I have an easier time sketching in my physical sketchbook than on the computer. I mean, that seems obvious. Just more used to drawing on paper, I guess. So, have you heard of AC? I just said I had my AC on. Or maybe I didn't call it AC, but I have it on. And it's supposed to be cold. I know it is, but my sweat glands just don't agree, I guess. The drawing tablet is not melting. It would be funny. Yeah, I swear it's not that hot. Not supposed to be. Yeah, I just can't draw for the life of me at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know if seeing you draw in a monotone, tired voice late night makes me want to draw more or less. Well, yeah, just okay, let's say it this way. I was gonna have a response for it, but I'm too tired to respond. So you just make up a response that you imagine I would say in your head and just assume I said that instead. Is that cool? Cool. I think that's actually a great idea because then all of you can just make up your own version of me that fits your perception, right? So instead of me actually having to speak, you guys can just imagine what you think I should be saying and just have me say that in your head instead. Just don't make me racist or say anything offensive. I don't want to get banned off of YouTube. So anything besides that is cool. Absolutely valid. Like, I'm sorry. I just needed to stream or do something because I've been just wasting away. Um, not being able to do anything, so this is the best I got at the moment. DIY watch engagement now. Make your own content. DIY. Yeah. I'm the Green Goblin mask in Spider-Man. Yeah, just have me play into your imaginary fantasies. Whatever, like I'm a yes man the same way like ChatGPT AI model would just completely agree with anything you try to say to it. Just have me be that for you, so you can just have me agree to whatever you're thinking. Yes, that's a really great idea, Anon. You totally should get off those medications. Yeah, I totally agree with you as well, Anon. Your partner is definitely the problem and not you. You should not seek therapy or medical help. Instead, you should stalk them. Like you suggested, that's exactly what you should do. You should stalk them. I can't believe you said that about kicking babies. I mean, Meat Wizard, if it's nobody else, it's you know it. You know what I think about kicking babies. Whatever that is. So, yep, I said that. And oh, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm I'm sticking to them. You can't change my mind unless somebody else says I think something else about them. Thank you very much, all-seeing Knapp, for the 14 United States dollaroos. What inspired your aesthetic and art style? What are some elements you draw from? Uh, yes, I read that with the comprehensive reading level of a kindergartner. Um, Aesthetic art style, and I didn't even register it. I gotta read it again. Hold on, give me another two times. That's what you get for $14. Is me reading it twice. What inspires you? No, hold on. What? Yeah, what inspires your aesthetic and art style? What are some elements you draw from? Okay, I got it that time. I don't fucking know, man. I um the things I like I like dark aesthetics. What did you say about the Epstein file, Simon? In my head, I said it, man. I said it. You heard me. You want me to repeat it again? But yeah, I like darker aesthetics, like Darkwood, Zdislaw Beksinski's work, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, those types of like darker fantasy stuff. Um, it's just an aesthetic that appeals to me, but most of the things I draw from are just my own interests. Um, so I just draw from my own interests, like whatever I like, I put onto the page. Go to sleep, go to sleep now. I refuse. Bro, is John drunk? No, I'm not drunk. Am I slurring? I feel like I'm just talking slowly because my head's not working quickly, but I don't think I'm slurring. Yeah, I'm not drunk. I don't even know what deprived I am. I'm definitely deprived of something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I probably have some lack of some nutrient that I'm supposed to have. Most likely vitamin D. What is your brush size? Whatever size it needs to be. I don't care about resolution, brush size, or that sort of shit. At the moment, it's 12 pixels, and the canvas is like 2,000 by 3,000. But the canvas size I draw on varies wildly depending on absolutely nothing. Like there's no reason behind my canvas size. I just type a random number in and act and then just say, "Yep, that's the size canvas I'm working on today." You said you only ate one meal a day. What, did I contradict myself or something? Or what do you mean? Are you saying that that might be the reason of my lack of energy is not eating more than one meal a day? I mean, I ate that meal just a few hours ago, so it should be fueling me. But yeah, vitamin D is definitely. Actually, yeah, good point. Hold on. Where are my vitamin D tablets? I bought some vitamin D pills as well. So actually, that'd be a good idea to take them. Well, you forgot I bought those. I thought ahead. I thought ahead. I was like, okay, I'm not seeing the sun for quite a fair bit. I should probably get some vitamin D in another way. So let's do that. Yum. Vitamin D. Anyway, you need a lot more food. Okay, if it's one thing I can tell you, I definitely don't need more food. I Even if it is just one meal, it's a big fucking meal. Uh, and I'm sleeping for 12 hours a day, so when other fucking time am I supposed to eat? Like, I'm only awake long enough to be hungry for one meal. My my whatever system it's called works so damn slowly. Like, it takes me hours before I'm hungry. Like, I don't eat breakfast because, or yeah, I don't eat breakfast because I'm not hungry in the morning. Uh, and then whenever I'm hungry, I eat once and then I go to bed. It gets already late. Bro is plant. If I'm a plant, I'd be dead by now. Again, I've not seen the sun in like almost a month. Bro is hibernating. That is very likely that it might be my hibernation season. Who knows? Where's my headband? Oh, get off. So that sounds like lack of energy. Yeah, but I don't know where the fuck it's going. I mean, I've been sleeping for 12 hours. Where's that energy going? Takes 36 hours. I mean, I don't know what's going on, all right? I'm just guessing it's vitamin D. You're making me lightheaded. What am I doing to make you lightheaded? I should be the one lightheaded. Yeah, there you go. There's your loom bear drawings. But okay, it was just trouble with drawing the um Pillarmen, I guess. It's better you at least sleep long periods of time. I sleep for like 2 hours once and actually had auditory hallucinations. Sick. It's cool. Level of unemployment unrivaled. I mean, yeah. You shouldn't sleep that long, man. Okay, listen. It's not that I don't know I shouldn't be sleeping this long. I know that it's not right, right? I just can't do anything about it. Or I should be able to do anything about it. I just don't know what to do about it. Fix the sleep schedule, probably. Like, yeah, I know it's not, I'm not supposed to sleep 12 hours. I'm not saying, like, yeah, I want to sleep 12 hours. No, I'd rather sleep 8 if I had the choice. I don't need that much sleep, but my body is not wanting. Last night, Jorkin session taken up on. Jesus. Jork, eat, repeat. No, hold on. Don't put my schedule on blast like that. The humble alarm clock. Dude, like, I'm not asking for suggestions. Please stop giving me suggestions. Like, I have an alarm clock. What do you think? Of course I have a fucking alarm clock. And you know what my body does to that thing? it turns it the fuck off. Like, I have like I have that thing, you know, where you have like 3 to 5 alarms consecutive to try and wake you up. But like, what am I gonna do in the morning? Like, I can be rational at night and be like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at a proper time and get to work. And then the next morning, me obviously doesn't agree with that and lumbers over to wherever I put my phone and the alarms and turns them off. Get 50 alarm clocks. I'm just here to see you draw. Well, yes, I know you only care to see me draw. The thing is, I have a lack of things to talk about, so I need to talk about something, right? And that just happens to be a topic that came up, you know? Let me yap. You can mute me if you want. Like, that is an option. If you are here purely for the drawing and are just annoyed by me talking, I very much encourage just muting me. Um, that's also completely fine. You're sleeping too much, just wake up. I mean, Jesus, you should write a book about that kind of uh, enlightening, enlightening, whatever enlightening verb, something. Advice, there you go, that's what I was looking for. Advice, that's the word. I'm taking micro sleeps per minute and never have to go to sleep. Checkmate. Oh, damn. How does the Loom Bear work? He probably has a better work schedule than I do, honestly. He's a very hard worker, you know? And definitely underpaid by the witch as well. I feel like they should start a union. I love yapping Simon, not in any weird way, by the way. I don't know how that can be perceived in a weird way, so I'm actually concerned. You saying not in a weird way makes it more concerning because there wasn't a weird way for me to perceive that statement. So now that you're saying that there possibly is, makes me concerned because I can't see it. Uh, so I guess yeah, that is weird then because you're, you're finding a weird way to do it that I don't even know of. He's smiling. Look. Yeah. Give him a big smile. Yeah. I'm a loom bear. Fucking losing it. There you go. What are labor laws under the witch? I mean, the labor laws under witches is definitely are definitely not governed well. I definitely think there's a lack of employee safety regulations that are put in, and also fair pay is not really considered either. Honestly, it's less. I feel like it's more close to slavery than anything. I don't think these guys chose to work for the witch. Uh, yeah, there's like barely any support system for them. I'd be rioting if I was in their position. No. Are there any normal worms in the setting? Yes. Yes. There are normal worms in the setting. Okay, let's remove this smile. I didn't know Simon voiced Herbert. Who the fuck is Herbert? Okay, there you go. That's the loom bear. Hold on, I should draw this with a little more detail. Does stone exist in the setting? Is this? I don't think those are serious questions anymore, are they? Stone. Really? Stone. Does stone exist in the setting? Yeah, I can't believe how unrealistic your fantasy setting is. You didn't refer to, or you didn't mention it in the lore that oxygen exists in the world. It's not really realistic at all, huh? All your characters would be dead. They don't have anything to breathe. You didn't mention in the lore that oxygen exists. The basic amenities that the world is made up of, just assume all of those exists to make it just function. I don't think I need to specify every single element on the fucking periodic table um that's supposed to exist. It exists in yours? Question mark. What? Does weed exist in the setting? If you want it to. If you want it to, it does. Okay? Does goo exist in the setting? Oh, of course it does. Of course goo exists in my setting. Who do you think I am? The goo master himself. Oh, thank you for the 65 irresponsible neighboring rodent currencies. Potato chips. Thank you very much for 65 irresponsible neighboring rodents. Pillarmen, JoJo reference confirmed. Yes, yes, indeed. Oh no. Are you that late into the stream, or is that just like a random tick you just decided to mention that again? I hope he's not actually that late into the stream because we talked about the JoJo reference like half an hour ago now. Oh, thank you very much for the two United States dollars. It's Riz. Does domestic abuse exist? I is it uh I mean it should, shouldn't it? Hear me out. I mean it just makes sense that it does, right? Like I can't just say if I'm adding humans to the world, like it's sort of inevitable that there will be domestic abuse, right? Like, it's not like I want it to be there. It's just I don't have a choice, right? Is that bad? Like, of course I don't. If I had the choice, I wouldn't want there to be domestic abuse, but I feel like it would. Even especially because, like, there's like a war going on and stuff like that, people killing each other and all. There's probably a bit of domestic abuse there as well, right? It should. It's not what my Simon in my head would say. Well, then drown that part out. Should is an odd word for it. Listen, I'm not in a good state. Okay, honestly, I shouldn't have answered that question in the first place. No, I'm not saying it's fine. I'm not saying I agree with it. There's nothing there, it's not good. Okay, I'm saying it here. Domestic abuse is actually bad, right? I'm just saying it okay, should is not a good word. It probably exists in the setting, right? Because there's humans. I mean, Simon, You do have a choice, but you want it to be realistic. Well, don't. No, like, I'm just saying, it could exist. It's not that I want it to. They forced my hand. They abused me into making it true. That's what they did. I'm telling you, they did. Cancelled. Oh no. Simon is a domestic abuser. No, no, listen. Don't twist my words, or I'll twist your arm. No, no, no. Us, your Twitter account is gone now. Oh, damn it. All my 3 followers. I can't believe it. I just joined. Well, welcome to the stream. What type of abuse? Okay, we're not going that far. We can leave it at maybe, but we don't have to go into describing what specific type of abuse exists. What type of canon abuse exists in the world? Oh, that's terrible. Somebody's gonna contact me for that because they're like writing a story in my like, hey, I want to write a fan story, but I can't decide like what kind of abuse exists in your world canonically because I need to pick one for my fan theory or my fan story, but I don't know which one, so pick one. Which of welfare services is visiting you? Yeah, be good. Bitch, this. No, no. Insanity, thank you for the 17 DK of bananas. Hey, editor, this would make a good clip. No, editor, this would not make a good clip. This whole stream is not making it into a video. I don't have the energy of a YouTuber that would work for a video. Does the process of creating a Pillarmen make them impotent? What does impotent mean? What impotent? Impotent meaning unable to take effective action, helpless or powerless. Eh? He was seized with an impotent anger of a man abnormally unable to achieve a sexual erection. Oh, those are 2 very different meanings. Okay. Do you mean if they're unable to take action or control themselves, or do you mean are Pillarmen unable to get a boner? Thank you for the additional 17 Donkey Kong bananas. Insanity. It's Riz. Thank you for the $2. Fumigation mages gaslighting their partners. I mean no nut. Oh, okay. Uh, I I don't know actually. I think it would. Well, would it be more interesting for Pillarmen to have offspring or not? What are we thinking? Do Pillarmen have genitals? I mean, I hope so. I they're hmm. What are we? Because okay, I took the inspiration to make mages in the first place from castrates, which is a real life thing where we cut young boys' nuts off so they could sing good, right? That was a very interesting time in human history. So it would make sense, because that's the original inspiration for mages. It makes sense to also cut Pillarmen's balls off, but I don't see the reason. Well, like they're not singing, you know. Okay, what if we say it this way though? Maybe cutting the balls off. makes it easier to modify the body because the bones don't harden, which allows for the stretching of limbs and the widening of the rib cage the same way that happened in the castratis. Uh, it's actually purposely they cut children's balls off at a young age before they hit puberty and then train them to be pillarmen so that they grow tall and lanky, right? Their puberty and hormones go all weird, so they grow tall and lanky. So there's more of a frame to build muscles off of. I think that's actually really interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I like that actually. Yeah, okay. It's canonical now. Pillarmen have their balls cut off because that makes them grow taller and that makes it so you can modify their bodies easier. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for that suggestion. Just because a lot of performance enhancing drugs IRL also cause infertility. Oh, that also makes sense. Yeah, it could just be that they like get pumped full of drugs and stuff that probably also like um makes them infertile. They get their balls back later to finish their bones. Oh yeah, that's a good point. If the bones stay squishy, then it's kind of a problem with like durability, huh? Can we hmm. With the magic system that we have in place, I'm sort of trying to run it through my head if it's possible to graft a person's balls back on. Cuz like grafting and stuff like that is possible. Like you can attach more limbs and stuff. So would you be able to I mean, would it have to be okay, are we keeping the kids' balls from when they got cut off as a kid? So like they're 9 years old, they get their balls chopped off. Those balls get preserved in like a pickle jar, and then they grow up, get the modifications, and then they get their 9-year-old balls that got preserved stuck back on? Or are we saying that they have to acquire the balls from a donor? Like they have to find new balls for them? Are animal balls possible to be attached to people? Do they have to go to the ball graft? No, but that's a good question. Also, don't balls this is a genuine question. Testosterone, that comes from the balls, right? Or no? What does balls do? They produce testosterone, right? So what does having an excess of testosterone do to somebody? Because you could, in theory, if we say yes, you can graft new balls onto somebody, we could, in theory, graft more balls onto them as well. So, what does excess testosterone do? Because then it might be canonical. It would be really interesting if uh, Pillarmen get their balls cut off, then they get modified, and then they get an excess amount of balls grafted back on. Uh, Roid rage could back through what? What the fuck are we talking about? I left for 5. We're talking about lore. Could become what could come back through the dwarven organ sac on their back. Oh, good point. We could just get the dwarves to make more balls for us. An excess amount of ball. No, nobody's answered me. Hold on, I'm gonna search that up. What does how does how does excess testosterone affect the body? How does increased testosterone? Boosts muscle and bone mass, enhances libido and mood. Uh, enhances mood? You're just happy? I don't know what enhances mood means. In what way? In like a positive way? Enhances mood. Does it, I have big balls. I'm just naturally happier. My balls produce more happiness. So the Pillarmen are actually incredibly giddy. Like they're just beaming. Every day they have 6 pairs of balls hanging in between their legs and they're just grinning from ear to ear like there's nothing that can ruin my fucking mood because I have so much testosterone. Happiness is stored in the balls. Yeah, I don't think and promotes secondary male characteristics like body hair. Hmm, that's interesting. However, high levels can lead to side effects including acne, weight gain, included risk of heart problems and blood clots, benign prostatic hyperplasia, and mood disturbance like irritability. What do you mean irritability? They have so many balls. Why would they ever be irritable? They're so happy. Big mood. No wonder they dance. Yeah, it would give them the mental to climb the pillars. But yeah, I don't know what the enhanced mood really means, but okay, it's more muscle growth, more bone mass and stuff like that. Obviously heart problems, and also hair growth. Huh. I thought I do get like a level of testosterone is more hair, like beards and stuff like that. And like body hair, but why do bodybuilders that take like enhancement drugs, they go bald? So is it like a curve? Like it goes up, 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 you get beard, you get body hair, and then you go down the curve like a roller coaster. And it's like, nope, 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 too far, too far. And the fucking hair starts receding, and just starts falling out. If they have multiple balls, do they also have multiple sacks? That's a really good question. I'm sort of thinking I don't think we should do multiple balls just because it's very ridiculous to say that the Pillarmen have more than one pair of balls. But what about giving them bigger balls? Like bull testicles. Why aren't we just implant like human testicles are meager. They're small. They aren't enough for the massive frames of the Pillarmen. So why don't we just give them bigger balls? Oh god, testic. Oh yeah, good point. If they had multiple balls, we definitely need separate sacks because multiple balls in one sack that would be a nightmare when it comes to testicular torsion. So yeah, yeah, we can't have that. Multiple sacks. Proportionally, they have rat balls. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. You mean like not that they have balls small like rats. You mean like proportionally rats have big balls. Accelerates the balding if you're going to bald later in life. Oh, okay. So it's basically like just it makes it go faster. Like you're going through the stages of hair growth faster as well, which means if you're gonna bald anyway, it's like speeding through it. Like, okay, here you go, all your hair, here you go, okay, bald. Like you're bald now, like your hair is like 60 years old even though you're 20. So you already have a hairline like that. Okay, that makes sense. Watching in horror as Pillarmen charge towards the trenches at me, balls swinging all over the place. We are both screaming. Was there not one creature that had like balls the same size of their body? In my world or just in the real world? But yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I'll probably write that into the lore. They definitely get their balls cut. We're gonna move on from this. We have to move on to something else, but they're definitely gonna get their balls cut. I'll think about if they get their balls reattached afterwards. Oh, we can have the rest of the balls be in the extra organ pouch, I guess. That could work too. Okay. Hold on. Let me take a screenshot of these for the codex. We're drawing too slowly. There's so much I still need to draw. Where is... There is... Okay, let's try the Pillarmen again. I don't know how to draw them. Because they're such lanky, awkward things. I mean, it makes sense. They're supposed to be, but this makes them really hard to draw. Posing cool like a action figure. We'll make him fucked up in a little bit. Put the balls on their chin, I think would be good, because then they're out of the way as well, and an easy reach for scratching. So if we're gonna move them anywhere, I'd say under. Do they fall off the pillar much? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Lots of falling off the pillar. Also, I thought about, um, the thing is, I don't know why I gave them the most boring type of body modifications, just like the little circles. Um, the thing is, I think I'm gonna push the body modifications of the setting more. Because I had this other setting that I really liked, that I was working on for a little bit, just very shortly. Um, was a sci-fi setting, and people had like bio bodysuits, sort of similar to Warframe, and everyone was pretty much like genetically they were fucked up like the Grineer, so everyone was born as like a quadriplegic and just didn't have arms and legs, and they had to like attach grown arms and legs to themselves to be able to function, but they're like really bad quality and stuff. But I liked how like over the top those limbs that I designed were, and I realized, why am I not pushing the design of the limbs I'm doing for the Pillarmen or like the body mods in my world more like that as well? You know, because I like that sort of aesthetic, so why am I not using it? And the thing is, uh, because I was sort of thinking about it beforehand, being like, well, that sort of stuff only works in sci-fi, right? cause like over the top body modification or like limb replacement and shit like that only works in sci-fi. But the thing is, I don't think it's the case that it only works in sci-fi because it's realistic in sci-fi. I think the only case it looked like it worked in sci-fi was because it's illustrated that way. Like there's tiny telltale details that tell you what genre the thing is in, right? And what it was with the body modifications that I drew for that setting was that I added those details that tell you, oh, this is a sci-fi setting, right? I added those, like the little nubs and little when the muscle attached, like for example, this is like a pec. When the muscle attached to like the arm here, I added like the little thingy notches, like that sort of look like somebody put a stapler in to connect the muscle. And then also like the neurolink technology, whatever, were like these dots that were arranged in rows on the arm, and they all had like this design on them. You know, the classic fucking circular thing with a little square taken out of them. Like that design on it. You know, and those were like the telltale things that's like, yeah, that's sci-fi. Like people add those greeblings to sci-fi stuff. But I'm realizing maybe I can use those same designs and just swap out the sci-fi parts and just make them less sci-fi. Like, is it possible to just take it and just use it in whatever setting and just change around the fucking little telltale things to make it fit a different setting? So I'm gonna try that actually. I'm just gonna go like over the top with the fucking musculature and then see where. And I also like the dots as well that I added. So I'm gonna keep those, but what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna make them inputs because they're literally circles anyway. Yeah, circles as injection points instead. Yeah, that's what I sort of realized. Is like, why am I putting that idea in a box like sci-fi, and I'm just putting it there because I thought that only exists in sci-fi and that's only where it's allowed. But I mean, it doesn't strictly need to just be sci-fi. I can just, add a different coding to it and make it work with fantasy, probably. You know, medieval and Renaissance artists would often decorate the things far more than one would expect. So you could just decorate them with engravings or tassels and stuff like that. Yeah, like it'd be really cool to have like piercings or like bio patterns added to them. The same way you decorate a suit of armor, but instead have it be flesh. I think that'd be really neat. Well, what are you drawing now? Pillarmen. I'm trying to draw Pillarmen, but just like over exaggerated. I feel like they would fuse the fingers together and have them be hooks instead. You know what would make sense actually if they just have like one curved, like if they were gonna make their own limbs anyway, I feel like it'd make a lot more sense if they just made them uh naturally tensed like this. So the limb is just permanently like this, like the tendons are naturally that, when relaxed. Because that makes a lot more sense when climbing, so they don't have to flex their forearms. Um, this doesn't look good yet, but I hope if I just tinker with it more, we can get something that sort of works. I think the proportions are still too normal. Like, he just looks like he's sort of awkwardly fit into this, like, the arms are too big for him. Because now it still looks a little, like, a lot sci-fi, because it's not that... Like, if I... Hold on, let me just try. Gonna try to add those elements of the Pillarmen, like this thing, and the golden mask. And just see how that would look. Still not warmed up with drawing, I think. Still very clunky feeling. No, not yet. Not yet, right? Flesh Golem is called a homunculus or something, right? I don't know. Think so. This doesn't look right yet. I'm still sort of thinking how much of their body should be covered. Because they're trying to hide the horrificness of the modifications, but also that's like the cool part. I don't think I want the shoulder thing. Yeah, I don't think today I can draw humans for some reason. I don't know. It's just today. I can't draw humans. Fine though. Draw other things. Yeah, this is the... Hold on. I'll show you the drawings I did for that other world I'm talking about. There's this one, right? Like this guy. And then there's also these guys as well. They're harvesting like flesh from a giant decaying planet body thing. But I liked how like the suits of muscle sort of just like fit around their clothing. So that could be interesting to try and use. I want to do something like this. A little less over the top, but still, like, I think that could work in fantasy by just changing around some of these details to make them more fantasy. But besides that, I think it could work. This is the closest we'll get to a book. Well, it sort of fits more with the way I think than a book would. Like, I can just work on it randomly in random bits and pieces, which definitely help or works more to how my head works. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to take a break because like, my head's not working, which is kind of it sucks because like I haven't done anything today yet, and now that I'm trying to do something, it's also not working. But if it doesn't work, it's just not gonna work. Can't force it. So yeah, let me. I'll end the stream for now, and I'll try to like scribble in my sketchbook and see if I can spark something there instead. And I mean, if I find a good design by sketching in the sketchbook, I can just take a picture of it and put it in the codex as well. So that works too. But yeah, if you want to see what I'm doing, I guess keep an eye on the codex for a while. I'll be fiddling around in there as well while drawing. I'll probably put pictures in there. So the stream won't. I have a question. Why do you do what you do? Good fucking question. Yeah, good point. I don't know. I don't know why I do it. And asking myself that a lot as well. Um, I think it's because I like thinking up ideas and exploring them. Warframe had so much potential. What do you mean had so much potential? It's great. And it's still there. Is it dead? I don't think it's dead, right? No. It's doing the best it's had for like since ever. Because the new lead, I forgot her name. Like she's doing great and amazing work with like actually keeping the team focused and shit. And they're actually getting stuff out. That's like quality shit. Right? That game's doing great. Yeah. I played it recently and then I stopped playing it. Yeah, like I played it once before for like more than 1,000 hours or so. Uh and then I stopped playing it and then recently I picked it back up just to like see what I was like to reignite some of that like oh well why was I enjoying this actually. They play and it was fun while it lasted and then I was like okay that's enough Warframe for me and I just stopped again and I'm probably not going to go back to it. It was fun but I can't be in that cycle again of just yeah maybe you should eat another meal perhaps I'll consider it maybe an apple but yeah I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Sorry it was a little less energy and maybe a little lackluster in the drawing department, but I at least got myself to do something, which is better than nothing. So yeah, I'll work off stream and see if I can get something going. Take care, guys. Really, thank you a lot for the support.